take a week after the penalties and things? You go back to basics this week on little things, or just
go back to well,
practice is normal.
Well, I don't know if it's a basic. I mean, I didn't know we had to like really coach like not to jump off sides and to not line up in the neutral zone. I mean, I figured we understood that. I mean, I thought that was kind of a Pop Warner type deal, but I think we got it. We got it communicated yesterday, so I think we're okay. I mean, I think we'll be back to, getting after it a little bit with that. But I mean, I think that's just a focus and just having some awareness of what we're doing type situation more than anything.
How much did that kind of the penalties disrupt your offensive momentum?
Oh, it was huge offensive momentum. I mean, if you look at it, it was a 1st and goal at the 5, and then all of a sudden we're 1st and goal at the 10 there in the third quarter, and we get a turnover. And then there was the one play that really stood out was where we go for it on 4th and 1. I mean, it's maybe 4th and a foot, 4th and 1, some situation like that. And we get a motion penalty, and Jeremy Aldridge he's one-on-one with the safety. There's nobody in the middle of the field, and that thing's ready to go to the house, and it's a 17-10 score at the time. So, I mean, those plays over an extended period of time, and you can't be 2nd and 6, and then all of a sudden you look up and now you're 2nd and 11 again, and you're playing behind the sticks when you're, getting some momentum and some offensive push. I mean, that stuff's huge. And then even in the third quarter, we had one offensive series in the third quarter, but if you look at it, we were 3rd down in whatever certain situations, like 3 series in a row, three situations in a row where we put them back out on the field. And I told the defense that yesterday. I was like, look, you're off the field. One of the plays, it's a 3rd and 9 play, and the receiver comes stumbling out of the gate, and they throw the ball into the ground, and we're head out over the neutral zone. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's unbelievable that we did that. And so I told him yesterday, I was like, look, you stayed on the field in the third quarter for part of it because you just couldn't get lined up right defensively or stay up and key the football. So, I mean, that's something that, if you're complaining that you're on the field too long, that's your fault. Get your butt off the field and get lined up correctly.
How about just going back to work this week and another grind game?
Oh no, it's exciting. I mean, it's it's kind of crazy. I mean, you look at it. I bet Will's saying the same thing. And Angelo, look, they've dropped 2, we're 2, and the only thing that really hurt us, besides the L, was that we weren't able to keep pace with the front runners in the league right now. We let Midwestern now. Those guys got a 2-game lead now on everybody, and that's the situation we're in now. That's what we've got to look at this week. Is you can't give another team a 2-game lead. You got to keep pace and just get back after it.
This year's the playoff will be kind of frustrating for you, but years like this where you're 2 games back of the guys in front, it's got to help a little bit, right? Knowing that still everybody's to win.
Well, here's the whole deal, and I didn't talk about it a lot yesterday with the team, but the whole thing is, one, we know we've played the hardest schedule in the country. I mean, there's no question in that. Okay, so that's in our back pocket a little bit. But at some point in time, we got to start holding serve and start winning some games. And we got to start taking care of that and putting the hard work that we've been doing out in the forefront and go take care of our own selves a little bit. Because at the end of the season, if you put some wins together and the whole deal, our body of work of who we played and stuff like that, that's going to help us. That's going to help us at the end. But it's not going to help us if we don't start cashing in on some Saturday afternoons and start taking care of business.
You look at Commerce, another team that likes to run the football. That Cooper kid can dominate.
Well, he's running the ball really well. Their offensive line's doing a good job. You can see some Jared May influence on them and what they're doing in the passing game for sure, and some things like that. And so that's the big thing is he's dictating the box, and their quarterbacks are doing a good job of getting some plays and some matchups with what they want on the perimeter for sure. And their tailbacks are doing a really good job. And I think both of them are playing really well. It's just one standing out a little bit ahead of the other.
And the defense obviously is playing pretty good too.
Well, defensively, Deason's doing a really good job. Justin's doing a really good job with the defense and doing some things structurally that you can see. They're a speed-based unit. Their front 4, are run around guys, maybe not overpowering except for their nose guard interior kid, and so that's what you're really seeing is you're seeing a bunch of speed on defense for sure.